We spend our lives trying to get smarter. We read the books, analyze the markets, and try to level up, operating on the assumption that acquiring knowledge will naturally make us more magnetic, pulling people closer to us. But as your understanding of human behavior deepens, you start to notice a cold reality. Your social world doesn't expand, it shrinks. Your phone gets uncomfortably quiet. Take Leo. Imagine him at a loud, energetic party. He isn't sad or shy, he is simply hyper-aware. He watches the people around him and feels like he's on the other side of a thick glass wall. He hears the music and the laughing, but the energy of the room never reaches him. This persistent sense of distance acts as a predictable byproduct of a highly perceptive mind. To understand why this happens, we have to look at how an analytical mind processes everyday social interactions. When you develop the ability to instantly spot behavioral patterns, surface-level drama becomes boring. You realize a friend's bad luck in love is actually a recurring choice to pick partners they can control. Once you see the why behind people's actions, you can't go back to pretending you don't know it. Psychologists call this the communication gap. Think of two radio towers. One broadcasts on a wide, slow frequency. The other broadcasts a rapid, highly compressed signal. The waves pass through each other. This occurs at a specific cognitive threshold. When a gap of more than 30 IQ points separates two people, real connection becomes impossible. You are speaking the same language, but the receiver cannot pick up your frequency. Because of this cognitive mismatch, perceptive people eventually stop dumbing themselves down to fit in. They stop laughing at jokes that aren't funny, and almost immediately their old social circles begin to disappear. This leaves you in the void, a transitional space where you've outgrown your old friendships but haven't yet found a new tribe who speaks your language. In this stage, you begin to prefer absolute solitude and quiet observation over the exhausting performance of dealing with people who drain your energy. But there is a trap hidden in that silence. Years later, Leo found an old journal entry from his wife, another person who had survived the void. She wrote that she was terrified of finding someone who truly understood her because she would lose the isolation that made her feel special. Leo realized he had been using his intelligence as a shield to avoid being vulnerable. Logic becomes a defense mechanism. You mask a deep fear of being ordinary by claiming your loneliness is just a byproduct of high standards or intellectual depth. A cage made of gold is still a cage. High intelligence provides the ultimate rationalizations to stay alone, effectively transforming a temporary transition into a permanent exile. The goal of growth isn't to become the lone genius on a mountaintop. The mountain is just a transit station. You go up to see the view, and then you come back down. The highest form of intelligence requires unlearning the belief that you are too deep or too complex for the rest of the world. It means choosing to stop using your logic as a convenient excuse to avoid unpredictable human interactions. For Leo, this meant embracing ordinary moments. He opened his door. He sat and listened to a neighbor who was grieving the loss of a dog. He didn't do it because the conversation was intellectually stimulating. He did it out of a simple need for shared humanity. The human heart does not care about your degrees or your insights into the nature of the universe. The heart just wants to be felt. Intelligence allows you to analyze a room and see through people. Wisdom is the choice to put down your shield, step out of the silence, and simply be kind.